It has come to my attention that many people think a wine becomes sweet because you add sugar to it, and that is not correct. Well, it's technically not correct. So there are 3 primary ways you can make a wine sweet. The first way is to stop fermentation. Now, if you're familiar with the hallmark or overarching biochemical formula that turns grape juice into wine, it's fermentation. And that's where you're converting the sugar of the grape juice into an alcoholic product, which makes it a wine. So in theory, the more you push a wine down fermentation, the drier it gets. But if you stop fermentation, you can maintain the high sugar content of that wine. And you can do this by 2 ways. You can add a spirit, which is going to kill the yeast so they stop fermenting it. And this is what you see in the case of port wine production. Or you can also filter out the yeast so that they just stop fermentation altogether. The second way of making a wine sweet is kind of like you're adding sugar to a dry wine, but you're not actually adding sugar. You're adding a filtered grape juice, which has a high sugar concentration. You're adding that sweet liquid to essentially a dry wine. And the last way to get a sweet wine is to start off with a highly concentrated grape juice, which you typically can achieve through frozen grapes if you're trying to make an ice wine, late harvest grapes if you want to make a late harvest wine, or botrytis infected grapes if you want to make another rich dessert botrytis infected wine. But ultimately in these cases, the concentration of sugar is so high, the yeast can't ferment all of the sugar into alcohol because the environment becomes too alcoholic and ends up killing the yeast before they can fully convert all the sugar into alcohol.